I'll wait for everybody to hop back online. I was starting to give the tour of the Kilronan Castle. So since we got disconnected from the Wi-Fi, I will start again from the outside and pray I don't get cut off. Okay. Sorry, the Wi-Fi went out, or the data went out on me, and I had to connect to Wi-Fi. So we were just coming in the castle when I got cut off. So here we go. Here we go. Here's the part that you didn't see. The big doors. Sorry about that, guys, for the disconnection. The signal isn't as wonderful out in a really old castle in the middle of nowhere. Isn't it amazing?
I think I was talking to your colleague earlier. He had dinner booked in. That's right.
Wait until you guys see my room. I'm going to show you my room. I can't wait to show you. Sorry, I think I was showing you this, or I was around this area. No, I was around the kitchen or the dining room when I lost signal. So we'll just have another peekaboo around here while everyone jumps online.
Is this your first time staying with us here? Oh, lovely, guys. Now, so we have 214.
Oh, wait until you see my room, Janet. It is stunning and thick with energy. This place is definitely haunted. I think that could be said pretty much about any place in Europe. I've never been anywhere as old as the houses and stuff in here. Hi, Elaine. Sorry, we got disconnected. Let's go see the stairwell. Let's go and explore. Okay, hopefully we're back on. Hopefully we're back on. Thank you, Judith. I love that you're on this adventure with me too. I pray that the Wi-Fi works throughout the whole place, because I just went to walk into the stairwell and it cut out. So if I get cut out, keep your eyes open, because I'll be back online, because I really want to show you guys my room. I'm just scared to go in the elevator. Let's see if it'll stay. Okay. So, okay. The Wi-Fi keeps going out on me. So I'm going to show you guys my room. I am way up here. I'm in the old part of the castle, the old wing. Okay, you guys ready? You guys ready to see the princess suite? So, if you ever come to Ireland, you definitely need Kilronan Castle. It is absolutely stunning. Okay, you guys ready for this? This is the suite that I'm staying in, the Turlo O'Parolin suite. Let's go inside. Check it out, you guys. Check out where I am going to be staying for the next 2 days. Isn't this stunning? Check it out. I hope the Wi-Fi is still working and hasn't gone out on me. I hope you guys are all still there. The Wi-Fi is kind of crappy. Look at that 4-poster bed. And the view. I gotta show you the bathroom too. Even the bathroom is cool. Check out that view. Nice view of the grounds and the lake. Even as I'm in here right now, I can literally feel a man sitting on that couch. So, this room has a lot of energy in it. It's so Jenna asking good vibes, it's just vibes. It's just people, right? So, or imprints that are left behind. It's almost like, you know, if walls could talk, every person that's been in this room has left a piece of their energy in it. And some are stronger than others. I guess that's the best way to explain it. It's not necessarily good energy or bad energy. It's just people. It's just people. But I'll finish showing you guys the place. And I'll tell you what I do when I go into haunted places. So it can get really scary if you're in a haunted place and you feed into the energy of it. So the greatest thing to do if you find yourself in a haunted place is to actually raise your vibration higher than it, because it literally is all about your vibration. And the reason why some people won't pick up on spirits in a place is because they're not vibrating on that level. It really depends on your receptivity to what's going on inside of, we'll say, the house or the castle or the, furniture. Because even if a ring meant the world to someone, that ring can still have their energy on it until it's cleared and released. And so what you do is you literally raise your vibration above it out of fear. Fear is the worst thing that you can sit in, because spirits they're tricksters. A lot of them are. And they like to play on fear, especially the lower vibrational ones. This room, the energy in here, it feels very suffocating, to be honest with you. Now that I'm actually sitting in it, I was just so excited once I got here to show you guys on the camera what I'll be staying in, because I've never stayed in anything like this before. But now that I'm sitting in it, it definitely feels like it's kind of caving in, a little claustrophobic, even though, as you can see, it's very high ceilings. It does. It feels very claustrophobic in this room. It also feels like, well, I don't think it was the last people that were in here, but it definitely feels like there's been arguments in this room, or anger in this room. And so I'm going to do a little space clearing on it before I unpack my stuff and get comfortable for 2 days. And it's interesting because I've been led to specific places throughout Ireland, and when I do feel that heavy energy, I almost feel like the universe is putting me there in order to transmute it and raise the vibration of it so that it no longer is attracting negativity. It's just like someone with a bad mood. It's contagious, right? So that's when you step into a place and your mood changes and you feel it, right? You can just feel it when someone's been arguing in a room. before you set foot in it. It's an energy. And the more sensitive you are to energy, the more you're going to be able to pick up if someone was arguing in a room, if someone had died in a room. This room, it doesn't feel like anyone's died in it. But I can definitely feel a male energy in here, particularly sitting across from me right here on the couch. Just see, you never know if orbs fly by. It's crazy what I've caught on camera throughout the years. So, but I think honestly anywhere in Europe, because everything is so ancient here, you're gonna have ghosts no matter where you go. But I'm excited to be here. So let me finish showing you guys the room and show you the bathroom. So this is my Princess Cinderella bed for the night. I wanted to show you guys the room before all my luggage and everything comes up and I, explode all over the place. And then this is the massive bathroom with the double jacuzzi. So if you're ever in Ireland and you come to this castle, make sure you rent this room. It's pretty amazing. So after dinner, I'm going to go and try and find a nice place to sit and meditate and hopefully there's enough Wi-Fi or signal for me to be able to do a live meditation with you guys, because it's really cool. I truly believe that no matter where we are in the world, when we connect in the quantum in real time, change happens, because we are creating a grid of light all across the world. And what's interesting is that I know a lot of light workers right now are being called home to plant their roots and to do ancestral healing. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm on a journey of ancestral healing to discover who my mom was. We all have so many faces on us, and I knew her one way, but for me it was, who was she before she had me? My mom had me at 40, so she had a whole other life, before I came along. I was the baby in the family, and my mom never talked about her family. I know that all she ever said about my grandmother was that she was mean and she beat the bloody hell out of me every day. That's what my mom always said. But I wanted to know more. I wanted to know, how did these people live? Where did they live? How did they die? I didn't even know my grandparents' names until I started researching my ancestry and looking into it. And I was just fascinated, to find out that I actually come from a long line of psychics. I had no idea where my abilities came from. And, it's really neat to see things like inherited traits. With my second cousin, Nicole, we have so much in common. It's kind of eerie. It's crazy. So it's neat to see what's passed down and try to understand it, because we're in this world, but we're certainly not of it. We're here to make a difference in the short time that we're here, and then we're on to the next. And so while I'm here, I want to try and leave a light imprint wherever I go. I want to try and be that difference, whether it's back at home in Canada or in the States when I'm down there teaching my retreats, or in Ireland when I'm showing you guys, my heritage. And for me, I'm also doing this as a little bit of a video blog, so that I can look back and go, oh yeah, I remember that. And every single day has been something so magical. It's just been crazy. And to feel my mom with me is really cool, because I read for you guys all the time, and I talk to your deceased loved ones all the time. But to actually feel my mom with me and to have that spiritual conversation with her it was something else. It really was. And yeah, I'm grateful that whoever's watching is on this journey with me. So Patty says, "Hi Patricia, love your videos. Do you think if you are psychic in one life, you always were, or how do you wake up to that ability?" A lot of it is the spiritual journey. It really is. The more you look within, the more you find your truth, the more you're going to find and touch and open and activate your abilities. It was when I really wanted to discover who I was that the abilities really started to come out. And what was that big thing that made me want to start looking within? My dad's death. When my dad died, it shook me to the core, to the core. And looking back now, 18 years later, because my dad died 18 years ago, my mom died 17 years ago. It was a really bad year and a half for me. But I'm grateful for that pain now because it's brought us to this moment. My path would have been completely different had my parents not died, when they died, how they died, all of that, and I just think, I know I honor their pain by doing the job that I do, making a difference in this world on behalf of what they taught me, because there was a very, very kind side to my mother and to my dad. And that's what I want to emanate into this world. But Patty, it's looking within, it's going within. And I know that you're on your journey big time right now. And I know that pain blows us wide open. It blows us wide open. So the greatest piece of advice that I can give you is, honestly, I know this sounds kind of redundant, but don't take life too seriously and bless the bullshit. I mean that, because the bullshit is fertilizer for our dreams later on. You just didn't realize it. I would not be sitting here in this room had my pain not happened. My worst possible, oh my God, it was physical. My chest ached from grief for years, physically ached. And I remember saying to a psychic once, I went to Kim Dennis in Calgary, and I asked her, this was way before I started doing reading, I said, when am I going to feel better? When is my chest going to stop hurting from the grief? Because it was literally raw with grief. And she said to me, she goes, yeah, it's going to take you another good couple of years. Well, it was another 5 years before it stopped aching off of me. And now the crappy thing is that we got to go through it to discover who we are. Takia, thanks to you, I also became interested in my roots. Oh, that's excellent. Excellent. Because like I said, nothing could be different. Nothing. All their pain, all their sorrow, the slightest little thing, bending down and picking something up, it just slowed you down by 2 seconds. And you don't know if you're going to get into a car accident or not, right? So this is where we just got to bless the journey and know that what's meant for us will always be meant for us. Always, always, always. It's interesting. When I met my husband, I was a teenager, and I took one look at him, and I knew that was the man I was going to marry. I knew it. And I was a kid back then. And I went home and I said, Mom, I met the man I'm going to marry. You watch. I'm going to marry him. And she ended up telling that story at our wedding. And I don't know. I just think that what's meant for you, no matter what, it'll come to you. And it's just a matter of time. You can't escape what's meant for you. There are big things out there that we will accomplish in this life, no matter what. And I think even children, why is it that as women, hypothetically, you can have sex with 1,000 people, but one person gets you pregnant, right? Why is that? That's not a crapshoot. It's not fluke. Our children and the vessels that we grow inside of us, those are vessels for the soul that is now going to come in to this realm and make a difference. It's a big deal as women when we get pregnant and carry another soul within us. We can't carry the wrong child. That's what I'm trying to say. It's all that stuff, it's predestined. And that's why I can predict pregnancies, usually some of them right down to the day of conception. Like it's trippy when that information comes through. I've done that quite a few times. And I just think that what's meant for you is meant for you no matter what. You lost both your parents at a young age as well. I'm so sorry to hear that. It's really tough. It is. It's really, really tough. But I think that some of us are meant to go through that for a reason. You know, I think to myself, had my mom or my dad still been alive, who would I be? You know, because we base so much of our decisions off of what other people want for us and whatever other people think is good for us when they don't actually know. And so the one thing that I've really learned to listen to is my instincts, my intuition, and my heart. My heart. What is my heart telling me? And you guys, that's the difference of the reality that we're moving into right now. We are moving from this 3D reality of what we see, what we can touch, taste, feel, back into the 5th dimension, which is going within, finding your spirit guides and talking to them. If you've never introduced yourself to your spirit guides, you guys, we all have a team walking with us. We are not alone. We have an army of angels. We have a ton of spirit guides. Think of them as like the guidance counselors that you can go to at any time, and you'll hear it. I promise. Just start talking to them, literally, and you'll start to notice that there's a bounce back voice that will talk back, that will answer what it is that you're asking. It'll sound a lot lighter, a lot softer. It's that inner voice that you know is answering you. Listen to that, because that's your God connection. That's your God phone, internal God phone, whatever you want to call it, guidance team. But there's something that's so much greater than us that when you connect with it, your answers are there, but we have to look within to get them, right? And the thing is that the more you know yourself, the more you get to know yourself, the easier it is to know and understand your journey, because you're just one little part of the puzzle that is going to continue for a long time with or without you, right? Our lineage carries on. And I think to myself, so I'm going down to Cork. Elaine, if you're still on here, she is, there she is. Elaine, I'm going down to Cork to go and find Mary Mulcahy's lineage or home where she lived in Cork. Martha Mulcahy. Mary Mulcahy is my grandmother. Martha Mulcahy is my great-grandmother who grew up in Cork. And apparently there's a whole pile of Mulcahys still in Cork. So I might be banging on some doors just to find my heritage, like I did with my mother's old house in Dublin. We actually knocked on the door, and the people were kind enough to come and talk to us, and they knocked on all the other neighbors' doors so that we could talk to people who remembered my grandmother. And they're just so kind here. I'm telling you guys, Ireland is I'm Canadian, and we're known to be nice in Canada. Oh, we're nothing, you guys. Nothing compared to the people here in Ireland. They'd give you the shirt off their back without even asking twice. Like it is crazy how kind the people here are. I went to go buy a coffee, and I had a pile of change out, and I'm thinking, oh my God, how am I going to count this out? I don't even know their money. So I said to the lady, I said, can you please help me take what you need out of this? So she takes the money, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, good. I can just unload the rest as a tip, right? Because I had all this change on me, and so I go to hand her, I said, oh, you can take the rest as a tip. She goes, oh, don't you be daft. Don't you be daft. That's the price of 2 more coffees. She says, put that back in your wallet. Who does that? Not Canada. Canada doesn't do that. They're going to put their hand out asking for money, and so I was blown away. And I guess tipping isn't a really big thing in Ireland, not like it is in North America. But I'm telling you, the people here are so kind, and it's all back roads and very country. And so I said to my friend Catherine, I said, what if we were to break down here? She said, oh, you just knock on a door and say, I'm coming for tea, waiting for the truck. She says, anybody will stop, make sure you're okay, take you in for tea. The people here are just out of this world, amazing kindness. And I was saying that to my cousin Fran, and he says, oh, Dubliners aren't that kind. And they were way better, more manners than Canadians. I hate to say it, but I've lived in Canada my whole life. And you guys, we got nothing on them with their kindness. It's next level kindness. I could get used to this. These are my people. I feel right at home here, and the food is amazing. Oh my God, to the food. I'm a really picky eater, and the food, all of it, has been out of this world, an experience like no other. I've never been to Europe before, so I can't really compare it, but I will tell you what my next plan is. So I'm staying in this amazing castle for the next 2 nights. Then we're heading to Cork to go kiss the Blarney Stone and go to the Kilronan Castle. So I'll make sure to do a live from the Kilronan Castle. And then from Cork, I'm going back to Dublin just for 1 night. Hopefully have dinner with my cousins, my newfound family that I didn't even know existed like 3 months ago. Anyways, gonna go back to Dublin. And then my friend Catherine and I are jumping on a flight over to England. And we're gonna go stay with my really amazing friend Carol that I met over the pandemic. I ended up reading for her. She's a producer, a TV producer out in England, and she asked me to come stay with her. And I'm like, okay, sure. I've never done that before. I've never just taken someone up on their offer. So why not? You only live once, right? So anyways, I'm gonna go stay with Carol for 10 days. And she's part of UNESCO, and she's also part of the English Heritage Foundation. And so she's got us rented the not Avebury, the other one, Stonehenge. She's got us rented Stonehenge just for the 2 of us next week sometime. We'll be doing Stonehenge, watching the sun come up. So that'll be like 5 a.m. here, so minus 7 hours. Okay, you guys do the math on that. 6, 5, no, 7 hours. Anyways, somewhere you'll be awake. You'll still be awake if you're in Canada, and be able to watch the English sunrise at sorry. You'll be able to watch the English sunrise with me, Stonehenge. And then she's got the Gravedigger's Cottage in Avebury rented for us. So, and this little cottage is, if you saw my last video where I took you on a little tour of the thatched roof cottages in Donegal, it's a thatched roof cottage like that with the stone floor. It's original. And it is right next to the really old church that was founded in 1089, I believe it was, AD. So that's going to be quite the trip. We literally step outside of the cottage and it's graves. It's all graves, and it's just outside of the Avebury Stone Circle. So it's gonna be quite the amazing experience. I know you're in Ireland, but you mentioned of Stonehenge reminded me, and I wanted to share that I feel like I've gone through the stones just like Claire in Outlander. Oh, I love Outlander. And I have to say, so I touched some of the standing stones yesterday, and man, oh man, those things have personality. They definitely have a field of energy around them. There was one that almost made you feel like it was sucking you in, like a magnet when you touched it. It was almost difficult to pull my hands off of it. And then there was another one that actually felt prickly, like, don't touch me. Get your hands off of me. Don't touch me. So it's very interesting to be able to feel those standing stones and yeah, see the energy that's coming off of them. It's something else. They do have their own energy and personality. It felt like there's either a keeper of the stones who stands there that has the personality, or the stones themselves have the personality. But something has a personality when you go up to the stones and you place your hands on them. So yeah, it's out of this world. Anyways, okay, I should probably go tell my husband that it's okay to bring in the luggage now. I didn't want luggage all over the place when I showed you guys the room. And I've got Wi-Fi in my room, but I'm scared that if I give you more of a tour of the castle, that it's going to go out on me. But let's tour as much as I can. And if I lose reception, well, then there we go. And I'll see you on my next live. But for now, just one more room, or just one more peekaboo of this amazing Cinderella room that I'm going to be staying the night in. Love you, Elaine. I hope you have an awesome day. You're, I think, 8 hours behind me because it's 7 hours in Calgary. So I will take you back downstairs as much as I can. You too, Kathleen. Have a great day. And if you guys haven't turned on your notifications for my channel yet, you should, and then you won't miss anything. Thanks, Adam. You have a great day too. Thanks, Judith, for watching. Something else, eh? Oh, what's in here? Let's go explore. Ooh. Oh, look at this.